Right, welcome back. Turn 62 now. I suppose the good news is that I'm out of range of most of his guns now, and he can't open up without those massed ground batteries he's got in the centre to the east of Eylau. So happily, there's still been artillery where he can, but it hasn't been anywhere as severe as other turns. Right, we're still on 6 hexes visibility. He has moved some cavalry around, it looks like he's moving them up there, and a line of infantry has appeared. 300, 500, that's it. They look like militia, but they might not be. So yeah, we've got some infantry to deal with, but they're going to get, if my guns can see them, I'm just going to try straight off. Yeah, they can. It's level ground, so they are going to get the treatment from my artillery. He had a go at this high ground where this artillery is up here. He came off worse, and he hadn't disrupted the troops that were there. That's good news, but he does have some troops there, so he's determined, he's following up as well, he's determined to take it this time, and he's not bunched everyone up for once, so he's learning. He fired on a gun here. I think we lost one gun, did we? I think we did we? I can't remember. But that's what he fired on around Eylau. He's moving troops around the back. He's moving troops away from the top end of the windmill knoll, but he's adding troops to sort of the east-southeast end, so we're going to have to try and sort that out. Up here, he had some indirect fire and some fire on some artillery. These guys got a couple of volley fires from these chaps either side of the river, and that was about it. His cavalry, I think, from what I see, half his cavalry went this way, and then the other half of the line went this way. So, quite cleverly, he's trying to split them and not just attack head-on. Again, he's learning. And that was really about it, I think. He had some Cossacks attack these guys up here, but they fought them off, so they've scarpered. So yeah, I'm going to sort my cavalry out down here. Not really make any advances, try and still take back this windmill knoll. And up in the north, around Althoff, just carry on with my artillery, so I'll see you in a few. So, back into turn 62, and we'll have a look what we can do. Didn't really do that much that turn. Brought up some artillery that had to be unlimbered, just because we were in a bad position last time. And we're going to get straight on with firing the rest of our guns, and just hammer that infantry at the back. That's what I unlimbered. Are they good to go next time? That's about all we can do there. They're good. Cavalry here. I started last time, I forgot to tell you, bringing my heavy cavalry, the cuirassiers, and the Hopole down to Eylau. So I'm going to continue that. They're going to take that road and come to the back of Eylau and get them in this gap, because it's good cavalry country over there, nice and open. Could go through that gap, I suppose. Possibly. We'll see when we get there and what the situation is. Move some infantry up here to have a crack at these guys all bunched up right in front of the guns. And they're in line, so they're going to have a go. And I think I'll put these guys in line as well. And I'm going to have a go with these guys. They're a little bit fresher. Right, how many points have you got left? So I'm going to put these skirmishers down here. And bring up these legers in to protect those guns. And speaking of those guns, they are going to fire on the flank. What we got, 30 and 200. So they're going to fire on the flank of this infantry here. And if these guns can see anything. Yes, can they see anything? They can. Good. Bonus. And then my guns in Eylau itself, who can they see? I'll go infantry this time, I think, just to try and... he's got troops behind, but if I can have a go with his infantry and they rout, they scarper, makes the guns a little bit more vulnerable, and you might think twice about having them out in the open. That's the plan. So all infantry this time. Right, around here, can't really do that much. Got the guard there, no point chasing them and leaving the guard vulnerable. It's only 6 hexes visibility, so you might have something out there. You never know. And I put a lot of guys into line formation, just to try and, for the size of that hex, so many units in there, one big bundle. Okay. Now these guys, because they've got that Marshal Ogoro in there, they still are, okay, they're absolutely knackered, especially these line troops, 2nd Division line troops. But we're going to have a go. Should have fired first really, but not the end of the world. So we do manage to push them back, and if they sort themselves out, we can maybe go for that gun next time. Brought these 2 units up again, they're absolutely knackered. We will bring Colonel, one of the Colonel Anonymous is up there as well, and have a go. So push them back. Pull my cavalry back and pull these guys back because they're tired and disordered. Just pull them up a little bit more. Carry on with the artillery fire around Sir Palin. I see them. Can they see? Nobody, I think. Okay, so might reposition one of those guns actually further down, just covering that ravine a little bit. Somewhere down here, just this side of the river. Can they see anybody? Again, no. Pull them up, they're a little bit more vulnerable there, but let's tell you what, we'll risk it and pull both batteries up a little bit and then give them some protection. They're going to be under the guise of that big battery, that 12-gun battery up there, but not to worry. Continue softening this line up, as with these chaps as well. There you got the visibility too. These guys, I thought they did last time. Which gun surprised me? Was it them? Speaking of this fire battery, I turned them round as well. If he's coming round here, around the road, we need some squares. So I put them into square. We need some squares and some artillery covering this ground over here. So, who can my battery see over here? Okay, they can. 40, 70, and we don't know. So that middle stack. They can't see anybody. I'll leave them as they are though. Actually no, because they can't see, they can only see that high ground. Move them up somewhere there, so next time they will be able to see, I'm hoping. They can't see anyone. You can. Who's he got there? 70s, 80s. Yeah, we'll have a go at that 2nd stack. Nice. My Chasseurs Chevals, I brought those guys around to act as a bit of a cover on the high ground, just so they're ready for a charge of anything that comes here. Be a little bit crazy for him to go through that gap, but he could come down here. We've got the river for protection that side. Guard cavalry, they're on the road marching. They are headed up towards the backside of Bekarten. And so is my cavalry out, so they're in. I've got rid of all the dregs, the ones that aren't really going to be able to do much, the 17s, 19s, anything less than 20 basically, I have split off. And I'm going to put them into cover for the guns. Or, yeah, like a mini force, just a quick reaction force, something like that. It's not really the term to be used for Napoleonic warfare, but yeah, some small force just to add a little bit of protection behind the lines and put them maybe somewhere up this high ground or something, just in case anybody slips through. So that's about, I think, all we can do this turn. I'm going to leave it there and send it off to him and get back to you when he sent it back. Right, new day, new turn, and 63, so 17 left. That's a whole scenario in a lot of cases. Right, what he's done here, he moved his cavalry around up here somewhere, and replaced them with line troops. So there is some line troops there. Gonna just soften them up with artillery, and in a couple of turns, maybe think about making a foray across the river. Maybe bring my skirmish... No, I won't yet, just because then he'll know I'm attacking. So I'll leave them where they are. I'll carry on bringing my cuirassiers down to... I think I'm going to go for this gap here, just because I can get through on the ice, it's unobstructed, and form up... Well, it's a narrow gap, but if I'm savvy, then I'll be able to keep them in good order. He attacked here again. He split everybody up. He didn't have much success, thank goodness. He lost troops here, but then he replaced them with more troops, but only 30 odd, so that's good. Moved a few troops around here. He continued withdrawing in this part, up here, in the high ground, around this windmill knoll. He attacked, but didn't push anyone back. Oh, sorry, he did. He pushed some units back here. They routed? Yes, of course they have. I saw some cavalry. When did they rout? He shot at, he shot at them way down here. Strange. And like we said, he turned those guns around, so possibly have a go there, try and get rid of them. The other thing I noticed is around Sir Balin, he brought up some guns to this high ground, so he's going to basically do what I'm doing and soften my line up with artillery. His cavalry, as I suspected, he's bringing it around the side, so I'm going to unlimber that gun. We've got some units here and cavalry here. Not too worried because the numbers are small. And then down here as well, southwest of Becarton, he's done exactly the same, but we did have those Chasseurs Chevals there for this very reason, and we do have our reserve cavalry in reserve and nearby, so not overly worried. So I'm going to get straight into moving around what I need to move around and sign back in a few minutes. Right, that's everybody moved on that turn. I'm not going to touch my cavalry up in the north, it's all about artillery. Next turn they're going to be in that sort of red house square, and straight on with artillery now. So they've decided now, this turn, they can't fire if they're on the bottom. Okay. Them. Same unit again. So I am going to start maybe next turn thinking about moving my skirmisher line across, putting everybody into column and starting that attack. If that's all he's got, I can't see that's all he's got. That's not a corps worth of infantry. He has got skirmishers down here, so he might have something else around Schloditten. So continuing to move my heavies and get to north of Eylau. Is it worth pushing them back? Not yet. Maybe it was better to actually have a go at them. Oh well. But we do have some guns here that can see that happening. Not too bad. And some skirmishers again. These guys had a look at them. It was these guns can see that stack, can't they? Can indeed. Good, they can't see anything. These guys can. Again, I'm going to have a go at infantry this time. Best. One gun. I go there. And again, why not? So up in this area, a little bit of tidying up. I brought these guys forward because they are fresher. It's always good to rotate your frontline troops. Got these guys as well, but they are disordered, so don't really do anything with them. Turn these guys round and give them a volley. And then go in with these guys. Good, managed to push them back. It'd be rude not to take that leader, a major general as well, Ushakov, so easy points in the bag. Doesn't really take care of his leaders, he's lost a hell of a lot of leaders. These guys, what do I want to do with them? 500. I am just going to put them into line and volley fire. And I think same with these guys. And he turned those guns around last time as we thought. He's got 400 troops embedded with them, so what I'm going to do is attack them with these tired troops from the side. These fresh troops from ahead. And see if we can't clear this battery. I'm hoping the dice go in my favour. We have had some lucky ones, some unlucky ones as well. And that's one of the lucky ones. But, going against my own massive stacking rule, those guns are going to open up and take a lot of casualties now. But we took that battery, we got rid of that battery away. And we noticed some guns up here, so more guns. Bring them into this valley here. Not a bad little hiding spot. Around Sir Palin then, it's going to be artillery. Crikey, just like that, they've gone. See, it would help if I actually got the artillery. And because I've unlimited them, they can't do anything, but these guys can. I've got the infantry. And they can't see anything. Now, it's not a bad shout to get those guns. How many troops are with them? No, not a lot. And what's their 10 gun? Yeah, that's a heavy one. I was just thinking to maybe bring some of these troops, because they're quite fresh now, up through this valley. They won't be too much trouble. Okay, 300. But they can get attacked from this side of the valley. Yeah, that's worth a shout. Just to bring some troops up, just to get to this end of the valley, and maybe, okay, it's high ground. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I will do that. So, these troops can move. You get ready to move next time, just shelter behind the guns. What do we need for that job now? 4 battalions, they're knackered. And we'll take some, no, move them back and take some leger troops. So that's the plan for that part. Send some troops up that valley to try and get hold of some of them guns. Dangerous work, but we do still have numbers. Continue softening up that line. I think they've got range, they do. Have they? No. No problem. Right, it's cavalry moving around, so I moved some squares around, moved my reserve cavalry. We've got chasseurs chevals here that were ready and waiting for them, so we might as well charge with them while we're here. We come off worse. And we do have some chasseurs chevals here that we can charge with. Who can they charge though? Oh no, we can't. It's going to go right through the middle. Right through the middle. Bit of a waste of a charge, that. That's annoying. Would help if I was actually in here. Okay, and we do have a square that we're going to fire with. Turn my artillery around there to face. Got reserve cavalry all waiting for the next time there. Guard cavalry on the move up the road. Shortened the plan a little bit. Because it's 6 hexes, they're going to have a little bit of cover here. Get to somewhere halfway up the road. Hook to the east and then go around pretty much where these chasseurs chevals are now. They are going to act as scouts just to make sure that the way is actually clear. Up in the north end here, prime target for this artillery. I unlimited it last time so I can't do anything. Move that square forward I can. What can this artillery see? Surely something. Yes. 80 Cossacks. And we'll go for the 80 Cossacks. And you can't see anything. These guns I've moved around. So I think that's pretty much it for this turn. Get up to a leader somewhere. Okay. Yeah, so it's not looking too bad. Need a leader back there somewhere. A lot of leaders in here. Colonel Anonymous, go on, all the way back there. And sort those guys out. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that until I come back and see you in a few.